Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steph, Draymond, and Kerr have talked about the Warriors' situation in San Francisco. Steph, Draymond, Kerr have discussed Warriors' reality together. Originally appeared on NBC Sports Bay Area. If the Warriors can figure things out and make a run for the playoffs, it would be a great thing. But three key figures in the team's foundation aren't willing to sacrifice the team's future for the sake of immediate playoff success. After Golden State stars Steph Curry and Draymond Green recently explained why they don't think the Warriors, who are currently one game below .500, should make a desperate trade, Steve Kerr shared that this has been a topic of conversation among the three of them. Best video game consoles, we've talked about this, Kerr told 95.7 The Game's Willard and Dibbs on Tuesday. The three of us have been together for so long. We have these types of conversations, and so, yes, we've discussed it. I'm really impressed with these guys and how much they care about the Warriors and the team's future. And you're right, a lot of players in their situation might say, forget the future, let's trade everything and see what happens. That's not who they are, and part of that is because they're Warriors for life. It's like how Dirk Nowitzki watches Dallas games from the sidelines like a fan, and that's really cool. I think that's how Steph and Draymond will be once they retire. They'll be Warriors fans. They want the best for the team's future, and they're thinking clearly about this. After the Warriors gave the Toronto Raptors their second win in 18 games on Monday night, Curry told reporters the Warriors shouldn't make a desperate trade. Last week in Detroit, Green told Yahoo Sports' Vince Goodwill that trading away the future for one last shot at a championship is something bad teams do. Best video game consoles, watch live sports online. Curry, Green, and Kerr are all on the same page. We're in a very unique and tough situation, but it's no one's fault, Kerr said. This is just the reality of sports and life. We had this amazing run, and now we're at the end of it, trying to hold on. And we know it's a young man's game. We were the rising team 10 years ago, like Oklahoma City and Houston. Now, we're on the decline. We know that. We've all talked about it. It would be so irresponsible for the franchise to trade everything for one last shot at a title. You have to know your position as a team. You have to understand where the rest of the league stands. And in my opinion, and I think Mike's, Steph's, and Draymond's, now is not the time to bet everything on one big gamble. That would be irresponsible. So, we know where we stand, which is in the middle of the pack, with a bunch of teams who are either good enough or not good enough. We need to figure out if we are. And being good enough means, can we make it to the playoffs and give ourselves a chance? That's what we're trying to do. As the 2024-25 NBA season reaches its halfway point, the Warriors are still searching for a winning formula. Kerr took responsibility for the team's struggles after their loss in Toronto on Monday, and the on-court results show that only a major trade would likely push the Warriors back to the top. However, Curry, Green, and Kerr have been in this position before. They would rather give the next generation of Warriors stars a fair chance to reach the top two, instead of risking everything for one last shot at glory. Warriors' Draymond Green explains Christmas Day viral foul against Lakers. Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green is undoubtedly one of the best defenders of this generation and will go to the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest defensive players ever. But he also will do all of that with a non-matching reputation for being an on-court nuisance, and plays like his Christmas Day foul against the Los Angeles Lakers will be proof of it. On Christmas, Green got called for a foul for hooking his arms between two Lakers players, Rui Hachimura and Dalton Knecht, on a free throw and dragging them both to floor. It was a ridiculous moment in the game, as Green tried to argue the foul was on one of the two players he leveled. But referee Scott Foster did not budge and counted the foul against Green. Now, Green explained exactly what he was trying to accomplish with that foul and why he argued it in the first place, via the Draymond Green Show with Baron Davis, So in true fashion, my favorite referee, Scott Foster, is on the baseline. On the box out, they hook their arms in front of me, which you can't do. It's illegal. Like they connect and hold each other's arms. I'm like, Scott. They can't do this. Scott is like, hey. Unlock arms. You guys can't do that. So, they unlock arms and then they start to move their arms back together. So I look back at Scott, I'm like, Scott. He's like, you can't do that. So, you know me. I think fast. If their arms are connected, if you run into their arms, it's actually a foul on them. So I just alerted Scott twice, he sees that they're locking arms, so I'm going. I take a little step back, load my run up, and then I just try and take off running into their arms. Scott, you see, their arms were locked, you aren't going to blow the whistle? So I'm like, oh, they ain't blown the whistle yet, I got to do more to get this foul call. Green is an intelligent player, even if he has a reputation about him, so him doing what he did obviously had a reason. But looking back, he knows that he didn't have much of an argument, as he fouled in the process of trying to get Foster to notice LA's foul first. No, it was definitely a foul on me, for sure. But it was only a foul on me because he missed the first foul when I ran into their arms. The Lakers got the right outcome and a hilarious video from this moment. And they got an important Christmas Day victory on top of all of that. Lakers-Warriors blockbuster trade idea swaps LeBron James for package including future top 5 draft pick, former All-Star. After competing against each other in the NBA Finals 4 straight years from 2015 to 18 and playing in countless other classic contests, Golden State Warriors guard Stephen Curry and Los Angeles Lakers forward LeBron James joined forces to lead Team USA to its 5th consecutive gold medal at the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. With both the 40-year-old James and 36-year-old Curry approaching the end of their NBA careers, could they team up again, this time on the Dubs? Though the idea seems far-fetched, that hasn't stopped NBA writers from creating trade proposals that would land the association's all-time leading scorer with the league's all-time three-point king. Among the scribes to recently craft a blockbuster idea that would send James to the Bay Area was Bleacher Report's Greg Swartz. In his one trade every NBA team should propose right now post, Swartz listed an idea for the Lakers to acquire Charlotte Hornets star guard LaMelo Ball in exchange for Los Angeles' starting backcourt of Austin Reeves and Max Christie, starting forward Rui Hachimura and 4 future draft picks. Though Swartz wrote that his list of proposals are trades that would make sense for every franchise, no matter what direction they're headed, he also admitted that his idea for the Lakers-Warriors swap is certainly out there. Will the Lakers actually trade James? Probably not. But that shouldn't stop the Warriors from at least making another phone call, he wrote. The idea of pairing James with Stephen Curry and Draymond Green could lead to one last championship for all three, only adding to the legacies of the 3 future Hall of Famers. With the Lakers hovering in mediocrity once again, James should at least consider spending the remainder of his career with Curry by his side. Though the Lakers, 20-17, have lost 3 in a row, they're right in the thick of the playoff chase, sitting 7th in the Western Conference. They're just 1/2 game behind the Los Angeles Clippers, 21-17, for the final spot to avoid the play-in tournament and are in the mix to move all the way up to 2nd or 3rd in the standings. Both the Clippers and Lakers are hoping to come together as a city in the wake of the area's devastating wildfires and make a push up the conference playoff picture. James and company are just 5.5 games behind the second-place Houston Rockets, 26-12. Even though he's past his prime, James is still one of the best players in the NBA and his team's top weapon outside of Anthony Davis. Add in that LBJ's oldest son, Bronny, is a rookie with the squad, and it seems unfathomable that Los Angeles would trade its biggest name. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of LeBron James? Leave your opinion in the comments.